Good morning. Thank you all for coming today. I would like to call our annual meeting to order here at 11:03. At this time, could we just, in order to take account for quorum, could you please raise your hand if you are a voting member of our congregation? Okay, thank you very much. All right, so our first order of business today is to entertain a motion from the nominating committee.
I move that our slate of team members and officers as presented by the nominating committee be accepted.
Seconded by Mark Sorgman. The slate is available on our website if you have your phone and want to pull it up if you need to review. Is there any discussion about the slate of officers being presented? Seeing no discussion. All those in favor of accepting the slate, please raise your hand. Thank you. Any voting, all those opposed? Any abstentions? All right, thank you very much. We're not going to totally officially announce that the motions have passed in that the online voting is still open until 2 o'clock. All right, so thank you. Thank you very much to the nominating committee for all of your work. And thank you so much to our new officers and team members for saying yes. Okay, so now I would like to ask for a motion from the Board of Trustees.
I make a motion to put forward the proposed budget for 23-24 and put it to a vote.
All right, so we have a motion to accept the budget as proposed.
Second.
All right, so it was proposed by Ed, seconded by Deb Sorgman. Any discussion about the budget?
How many years can we continue on the way we're going, losing 40,000 every year? Before it's wiped out.
It's hard to say. Things may change. The budget is written in it's a blueprint. It's, where we think things might stand at the end of next year. It's somewhat pessimistic in that at the end of May, we're at 142,000 in income against predicted 147.5 for this year. So things aren't quite as bleak as they look in the budget, and it may not work out to be a deficit budget, but this is based on what we put together a month and a half ago. And it's a guideline for where we might be going. What's happening in the future, I cannot say. Say it again?
Have changes been made to help decrease the amount? Like, have they made adjustments?
Yes.
Her question was, how many years can this be sustained? Not questioning this year. So it would go to. So the question is, how much money is left in funds to be drawn from? How many? If it went at 40,000 a year, how long? How many more years could this go?
That's probably Dave.
Well, in total, all the cash we have, including all our investments, is about $270,000. So not that long if we did, if we did actually run a deficit of $40,000 a year. 4 or 5 years.
I don't have any objection to the budget because I know it is what it is, and I know it's a roadmap. I know it's a guideline. We've said that year after year. But you can't sit here and not squirm in your seat and be concerned about the life of this church. So we do need to go out, and we do need to invite people to say yes, and we need people to get involved. And we need to be the voice of this church in our community. And the perfect way to do it, right, within a month's time, is to gather for the 4th of July parade and say who we are and be present in this community and show the life that we live is through our church and our community of faith. I just can't sit here and not look at these numbers and be concerned. So we can do something. That's one way to show who we are. So thank you.
Also, sort of in the vein of saying thank you to the people who said, yes, we had a very successful stewardship campaign in this recent year that doesn't really reflect in the numbers of the budget because it was a number of little things that have started that are changing that are not really playing into the long-term predictions yet. Does that make sense? So like we still had, until very recently, we still had a line item for a golf tournament that we hadn't done for several years, and we still had line items for things that we weren't really doing, but we don't yet have line items for some of the new things that have been put in. So absolutely, that this is a concerning budget, but I also feel like we are on the path towards working towards making changes and becoming addressing some of these issues.
And Carol's right. It's up to all of us.
Yeah.
That's all.
All right, is there any more discussion? Okay, at this time, all those in favor of accepting the proposed budget, please raise your hands. Thank you. All those opposed, please raise your hand. Any abstentions? Thank you very much. Again, we will announce the results of the vote probably in the email tomorrow, in that there are people still voting online. Thank you very, very much. At this time, I need a motion to adjourn our annual meeting.
So moved.
Deb moved. Second? Gail. Thank you. All those in favor of adjourning the meeting. Hallelujah. Thank you so much.